Okay, let me just say it right out of the gate. The era of the reactive chatbot, it is officially dead. We have completely crossed the threshold from AI that just talks to you to AI that actually acts for you. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are breaking down what is easily Google's most aggressive consumer AI release to date. We're talking about Gemini Spark. And listen, this isn't just some minor software upgrade. This is a 24/7 persistent AI agent that literally lives in the cloud and executes complex workflows for you even when your laptop is slammed shut and your phone is completely turned off. So let's dive right into this playbook and get your agent online.
You know how traditional assistants work, right? They're totally session-based. You open a tab, you ask a question, and the second you close it, the AI basically goes to sleep. Well, Spark shatters that entire model. Because it runs on dedicated Google Cloud virtual machines, it's working while you're sleeping. You don't need an active browser, you don't even need Wi-Fi. It's constantly operating on these continuous multi-step background processes, just taking in data streams and triggering downstream actions completely autonomously. It's a total game changer.
So here is our game plan for today's explainer. We'll start with number 1, the 24/7 AI agent. 2, what Gemini Spark can do. 3, unlocking Spark access. 4, step-by-step setup guide. 5, configuring your core workspace. And finally, 6, the privacy trade-off. Let's get to it.
All right, section 1, the 24/7 AI agent.
Now, you might be wondering how this thing doesn't just go completely off the rails. Spark isn't just a language model let loose on the wild web. It is strictly bound by something called the anti-gravity harness. Basically, this is an internal agent-first platform that acts as a super strict constraint system. When you give it a multi-day task, anti-gravity steps in to handle goal persistence. It breaks the task down and manages state recovery. Long story short, it actively prevents the agent from hallucinating or going rogue while it's doing its thing in the background.
Moving right along to section 2, what Gemini Spark can do.
Okay, so what can it actually do? Think of Spark as your hyper-proactive triage agent. Its whole job is to eliminate digital clutter with ruthless efficiency. It monitors your inbox 24/7. It's quietly decluttering and archiving those annoying newsletters. It actively watches ongoing threads for specific triggers, like, say, an invoice finally arriving, and boom, it automatically drafts a status update for you. And before you even wake up and look at a screen, it's already synthesized your scattered notes into polished meeting briefs and kickoff emails. The heavy lifting is just done. But it doesn't stop at your inbox. It tackles long horizon automations too. Spark will literally parse your monthly credit card statements to flag hidden subscription fees. It tracks flight price drops for weeks and pings you the second fares fall. And this is where it gets crazy. Using the Model Context Protocol, it can actually reach outside the Google ecosystem. We're talking booking a table for you via OpenTable or ordering groceries on Instacart. It even executes cross-app workflows seamlessly, like pulling live data out of Google Sheets, building a chart, and dropping it straight into your Google Slides presentation. This is persistent, multi-step execution at its finest.
All right, section 3, unlocking Spark access.
So let's talk about the velvet rope. Access to Gemini Spark requires a Google AI Ultra subscription, which sits at a pretty bold $99.99 a month. Yeah, you heard that right. This is absolutely not a casual toy. It's a premium, high-end tool meant for power users and professionals who are going to see a massive ROI by offloading all that administrative grunt work. You're not just buying some extra cloud storage here. You are literally renting dedicated cloud compute to run your own digital employee. And there are some pretty strict launch constraints right now. To actually get past that velvet rope today, you have to be physically located in the US, operating in English, and 18 or older to access the beta. If you're outside the US, don't worry too much. The rollout will follow in the coming months as they navigate all those different international regulations. Which brings us to section 4, the step-by-step setup guide. Okay, here is exactly how you turn this beast on. Step 1. You need to update the Gemini app to the absolute latest version on iOS or Android. Step 2, open the app and locate the brand new Agent tab. It sits right there next to the traditional chat interface. And Step 3, you have to walk through the explicit consent flow. This is super important. Spark does not monitor you by default. You have to actively acknowledge that it runs in the cloud and explicitly opt in to let it take actions on your behalf.
Next up, section 5, configuring your core workspace. Pay attention, because this is honestly the most critical step of the whole playbook. You want to connect to the holy trinity of Google Workspace first. First, connect to Gmail. This is what powers all that proactive triage and those automated replies we talked about. Next, connect your calendar, absolutely essential for schedule-based actions and getting those meeting briefs. And finally, connect to Google Docs. That's the engine room for drafting and synthesis. Nailing these native connections first gives Spark a zero-friction environment to operate with maximum leverage.
Now, I want you to heed some expert advice straight from the field. Skip the third-party integrations on day one. I know, it is incredibly cool that Spark can connect to external apps like OpenTable, but seriously, hold off initially. Master the native Google Flow first. Keep your privacy surface area tight. Let the agent learn your email habits and your specific document styles before you go giving it permission to navigate external systems. Get really comfortable with the baseline first.
And that leads us perfectly into Section 6, the privacy trade-offs. Let's be real for a second. You are handing the keys to your digital life over to a 24/7 cloud agent. But Google addresses this through hard stops. Yes, Spark monitors constantly, but it absolutely will not make irreversible high-stakes moves without your explicit approval. It drafts the email, but you have to hit send. It preps the dinner reservation, but you have to confirm the spend. Every single action creates a completely transparent audit trail. This system handles all the autonomous prep work, but it strictly requires a human in the loop for the final execution. So, what does this all mean? We are fundamentally shifting from an era of just typing queries and clicking links into an era of declaring goals and managing autonomous agents. Think about it, where an AI agent is running 24/7 in the background, booking the tables, comparing the prices, parsing the spreadsheets, and drafting the emails. What becomes your actual job? Your role elevates from doing the work to directing the workflow. The tools are here, the playbook is set. Now it's up to you to decide what to delegate. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and I want to leave you with this. Look at your own daily tasks today and ask yourself, what can you hand over to the machine?